Don't just think about how you think. And how you think can either help you or hurt you. What's interesting about Jesus is that Jesus actually introduces the mind to the loving God formula. The greatest commandment in the Old Testament, which Jesus quotes in the New Testament, is from Deuteronomy 6, verse 4 and 5, which says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength." That's Deuteronomy 6, 4 and 5. When Jesus is asked about the greatest commandment, he quotes Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 and 5, but he changes it slightly. And the reason why he changes it is because he's God the Son and he's got the right to. And he says, here's the new one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. He added mind. Jesus cares about how you think, but I want you to know something. All the knowledge in the world without the fear of God is useless. You can know a lot and be dumb as bricks. And so we need something more than information. We need God to touch our minds and give us wisdom. I want to tell you about a guy in the 1800s, and then at the end of this story, I'm going to tell you his name. But I want you to listen to his story. He was the son of a doctor and a financier. His grandparents were abolitionists. He was sent to school by his father to study to be a Christian minister. Eventually, though, along the way in his studies, he slowly became an agnostic and eventually lost the faith altogether and came to deny the scriptures as the word of God. But he was an avid adventurer, and he loved to discover things and learn new things, and with these desires came corrupt enjoyments. He had a penchant for killing things. He would often kill birds by pounding on their heads simply for enjoyment. On a scientific expedition, he brought guns with him in hopes of killing a native cannibal. From his own writings to friends, he described himself as twisted, an individual with sadist tendencies that took pleasure in killing. He believed strongly in eugenics. Eugenics is the idea that we should breed humans specifically so that we can produce a higher race. This is where Hitler gets his ideas. Having rejected God outright, the consequences of his philosophy began to take a toll on him physically. He suffered from depression, agoraphobia, that's the fear of people or crowds. He suffered from vision alterations, hallucinations, malaise, vertigo, shaking, heart issues, fainting spells, shortness of breath, trembling, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, muscle twitches, spasms, tremors, cramps and colics, bloating, headaches, nervous exhaustion, skin blisters, tinnitus, and sensations of impending death. He became incapacitated at the age of 28. He was an invalid and recluse who remained ill almost continually, and he lived this way for the last 43 years of his life. And his name was Charles Darwin. And today, universities and educational systems herald him a hero of secular humanism. And we wonder today why, when we tell our children they're descendant from monkeys and God doesn't exist and what they feel must be true, and then they feel depressed and suicidal and they take their lives, they follow the exact script we handed them. We need to turn this sucker around and get people rooted in the truth of Jesus. Don't let your brain go to waste. Root yourself in the truth that is in Jesus. And see him elevate your life, because this will save you. I'm telling you, this will save you. You need to love God with your mind.